Hi there, this is Tammy with Tammy's Stamping Therapy. I was watching some videos yesterday and I watched the video that Midge did from Midge's Mountain Crafts where she showed her 2020 top 10 crafting goals, and she also challenged us to share ours, and it made me think hard. I hadn't thought about putting my personal crafting goals on paper. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I do put my business goals down, but I hadn't put my crafting goals down. And I think that doing this is going to help me to be more productive in 2020. So here we go. Some of my goals are very similar to Midge's, and some of them are totally different. Her first goal, and my number one goal also, is to have fun. I love crafting. It's part of my life and has been my whole adult life. Stamping actually got me through some very difficult years, a lot of very difficult years, and that's why when I was trying to find a business name, the name I came up with is Tammy's Stamping Therapy, because that's what it really is for me. My second goal is organization. I need to clean it up and keep it clean. My desk is always a mess, which makes it hard to find anything. I usually know where everything is, but it's all in a pile and it makes it hard to find it. Right now, this is the cleanest piece of my desk. I have a big L-shaped desk from IKEA with lots of drawers, and I absolutely love it, but the whole thing right now is covered, and this is the only piece that you can even see part of. Last summer I went through a organization phase and I reorganized all of my stuff and lined out where everything goes in every drawer and every cube of my Calyx unit, and I just need to put things away. I have a tendency when I'm crafting, if I finish one project, especially if I'm designing for a class, I need to make 4 projects and I'll finish one and I won't put anything away and I'll just start again and I pile on top of everything and I end up with this tiny little spot about this big that I can craft by the time I'm done. And I think I could be much more productive if I would clean up in between my crafts and put things away. Especially since everything has a home. My third crafting goal for 2020 is to spend less money on new items. I want to use what I have whenever I can. I have a whole storage room and my whole crafting area that is just full of stuff waiting to be used, but I have this thing that I really love to buy new stuff. And then I bring it home and pack it away in a corner somewhere and forget that I have it. And this year, I want to only purchase the things I need to for my business, and then I want to craft for fun, and that's when I want to use all those things that are hiding away in all the little corners of my room. My fourth goal is to make new crafty friends to share my projects and ideas with. Part of what I love about crafting and why I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is I love to share my craft. I love to teach it to people. And I really like when somebody walks into a class and they say, I'm not crafty, I couldn't make whatever it is. And the look on their face when they walk out with something they've made themselves. I really, really like that. And I also love to share my completed projects with people. And I need new friends to share them with. So that's my goal number 4. Number 5 is to make time for scrapbooking and the other crafts that I love that are not stamping. I have a whole, I don't know how many boxes of photos in my closet in my craft room. I got, when my mother and then my grandmother passed away, I ended up with a whole bunch of photos, and I did get them all out of the books that they shouldn't have been in, the magnetic page books. But now they're just in boxes, and they need to be displayed in a way that people can actually enjoy them. So here is one of the layouts I did. A couple years ago, I was teaching a scrapbook class in addition to my card class, and I made this layout. I can't really get it all in there at once, but this is using a set that Stampin' Up! Currently has, a lighthouse set. My husband and I went on a trip to Cape Disappointment up in Washington. It's one of the lighthouses, one of the 3 lighthouses that are at the mouth of the Columbia River, across from Astoria up in Washington State. And this was fun. Stampin' Up! At the time had a really cool alphabet set, and that's how I did this. This is one of the lighthouses. This is my husband. I can't really get him in there. And then this is me. The lighthouse stamp set I used has this water, and then I tore this Sahara sand cardstock to make it look like the shoreline. And these are some friends we made when we were there. Well, the eagle we didn't really make friends with. He was pretty far away from us, but I had a good zoom on my camera, and he was very, very majestic. He sat there for a while, and then we watched him take off, and his wingspan was amazing. We saw this little squirrel, again with my zoom, and then we were ready to go. This little guy was hanging out by our car begging for snacks from us. We didn't give him any, and we were asked not to, but he was really cute and very small for a raccoon. And this is from the lighthouse set. A couple other crafts that I like are, I'm a quilter, and I really enjoy making quilts. It's hard to do in my tiny little home. So I recently joined a quilt class that meets once a month at a quilt shop, and I do it with a friend. The class is 3 hours long, so I really don't have to work on it at home if I don't want to. I might end up doing it anyway, but I don't have to. And then my other crafts that I love are counted cross stitch, and Brazilian embroidery. And here is one of my Brazilian embroidery pictures. It's actually the first one I ever made, and you can tell it's 30-some years old. This fabric is very dirty. I don't know how I could clean it. Excuse me. And Brazilian embroidery is 3D embroidery. I don't know if you can see how this stuff is like popped up off of there. And it uses regular embroidery stitches, but it also uses knit and crochet stitches. So this little flower here, these are cast-on stitches like you would do on a knitting needle. And this is a crochet stitch of some sort. So I want to work on that again. All of these, the stitching, and also I like to crochet. I can do all of that in the evenings. I just need to make myself do it. Right now I always have a small dog and a large cat on my lap in the evening, and it's kind of hard to craft with them in my lap, so I haven't really figured that part out yet. My sixth goal for 2020 is to send out cards every week. I started this last year at the beginning of the year, and I did really good for like 3 or 4 months, and then I petered out and only sent them occasionally. So I really want to do that again. And not just for birthdays, but I like to send them for thinking of you, friendship, just because, for whatever reason. If you'd like to receive a birthday card from me, please send me an email with your name and address and your birth month and day, and I'll add you to my list. My email is tammysstampingtherapy@gmail.com, and I will also put that in the description box below. Number 7 is swaps and challenges. A few months ago, I discovered the challenges here on YouTube, and I participated in several of them, and it was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. And so I want to do that more. I want to participate in at least 2 per month if I can find them. Sometimes they're hard to find. I kind of stumbled across the ones that I did find, so I'm not sure the right way to find them, but I'm going to be looking. And then I also want to host at least 2 of my own in the coming year. I don't know if I want to host 2 swaps and 2 challenges, or 1 swap and 1 challenge. I haven't really decided yet, but my first one will be coming sometime in January, so watch for that. My 8th goal for 2020 is my calendars. I did a video last week showing the 6x6 calendars that I make. I really enjoy making them, although I have let them become a chore, and I don't want to do that for the coming years. This year I didn't get ready to start them until December 1st, and then I got sick, and it really put a big stress on me to get them done in time. I have people that purchase them from me for Christmas gifts, and I was having a hard time getting them all done in time. So my goal for the calendars for this coming year is to write out a plan to work on them throughout the year and to actually be done with them by the end of October. This year I made 16. I would like to make more than that, so I'm hoping that I can meet that goal by making a plan for it. My 9th goal for 2020 really relates to my business, but it also relates to my personal crafting goals. I want to plan my classes and events out at least 3 months at a time and also cut extra of everything, so I'll have more cards to send out each week. Planning them out at 3 months at a time, way ahead of time, gives me more time for personal crafting. And so I do work 3 jobs. Stampin' Up! Is my 3rd job, and I'd like it to be, well, I treat it like it's my 2nd because this is my life, so I have to craft every day. So if I plan well for my business, it gives me more time for my personal crafting, and that probably should be higher up than number 9 on my list. I didn't rank these in any particular order except for number 1, having fun. They're all important to me, so I need to accomplish all of them this year. And then number 10 is holiday bazaars. I participate in one each year. It's Thanksgiving weekend at a Catholic church in town. It's all day Saturday and most of the day Sunday. It's a very long weekend, but it's the only one I participate in. And with all the crafting I do throughout the year, I end up with a lot of things I could sell at bazaars, and I want to find 1 or 2 more that are local to participate in. I also want to think about the bazaars as I'm creating my one-off projects throughout the year, which ones would be good for the bazaars, and if they are a good candidate, to make some of them right then and put them away so I have them when I'm ready. So those are my goals, my top 10 goals for 2020. I'm curious what yours are. So yeah, do a video and show us what they are. And if you want to receive a birthday card from me, like I said, send me your name, address, and birth date, and I will add you to my list. Happy New Year, and I hope everyone has a wonderful year. Thanks. Goodbye.